Hey everyone, welcome to another video. If you're new here, my name is Crystal and I'm a self-taught software engineer and a technology entrepreneur working here in Papua New Guinea. So in one of my last videos, I talked about how to develop maturity and that age wasn't a factor that contributed to one's ability to develop maturity at an early age. And that video performed very well. So I want to thank everyone for supporting that particular video and for sending in your comments and for really interacting with the video. Now, one thing I talked about in the video was the ability to meditate as a core skill to developing maturity. And interestingly enough, a lot of you requested that I do a video on how to meditate for beginners. So this is the video for those of you who asked. Now, if you've never meditated before, if you've held the belief that it's only an ability that's available to monks, or if you've tried and couldn't really stick to it or hone the skill, then my hope is that this video will help you along that path to help provide some guidance on how to get started to meditate as a beginner, and maybe also to try to address some of those initial misconceptions that you may have about meditation, that it's not for everyone, that's only for the gifted or for those who are highly, prone to being very spiritual early on. Now, before we dive into how to meditate, I want to preface the video by briefly talking about the benefits of meditation and why you should even bother developing this ability. I've talked before in previous videos on the channels about the many benefits that meditation has brought to my life when I started on this journey of personal transformation at the age of 14. And some of these benefits at a high level that I'll go through quickly included learning to separate the ego from my higher self, opening what's called your third eye or sixth spiritual sense to realize a whole new dimension that you were previously unaware of. Additional benefits include developing your extrasensory abilities, or what are called metasenses, enabling you to experience dimensions beyond this three-dimensional reality that we currently live in and experience. And finally, it enables you to transcend the physical body and physical plane of existence. But above all, if you want to be able to experience what it's like to be a highly conscious, multi-dimensional, limitless being, meditation, in my opinion, is truly the doorway to this incredible existence and realm of possibilities. And I think it's an ability that everyone should try to develop. Now, I speak very passionately about abilities like meditation because meditation was truly one of the most profound abilities that enabled me to access a dimension of existence that's allowed me to do things I never thought was possible for me before, and that others around me look at and think, those are impossible things, or those are things that rarely ever happen. And it's this ability that has single-handedly allowed me to thrive today with the kind of life that I'm very fortunate to live, and the things I'm able to pursue, and the reality that I'm actively creating. It's one of the most important abilities you can invest in developing for your own personal, spiritual, professional, and financial success. Meditation is a profound skill because it will teach you to access, develop, and strengthen your inherent dormant spiritual powers. So with that understanding of the benefits of meditation and the kind of transformation it can bring to your life, let's dive into the exact steps for learning how to meditate as a beginner. Now, the steps of meditation are as simple as the following 7 that we're going to cover in this video. Number 1, find a quiet place where no one can distract you. This is very important. So preferably this would be a place that is out of sight and inaccessible to anyone around you. And also it's a place that doesn't have too much loud noise or external interferences that could disturb you during this process, because meditation is all about clearing out distractions. So if you're in an environment that's got too many things going on at the same time, it's too loud, it's too noisy, your mind is going to be jumping at those different distractions externally. What you want to do is you want to isolate the environment you're in so your mind has nothing else to focus on but to be silent. That's the key. The second thing you need to do is lay out a comfortable mat, or as I like to do it, find a comfortable soft pillow or cushion to place on the floor to sit to support your buttocks. And remember, you are going to be sitting in a single place, holding a particular position for several minutes, depending on how long you're able to sit without discomfort. And any discomfort is always disadvantageous to meditating. So you want to be as comfortable as possible, that if you need to sit in one spot for 20 to 30 minutes or more, you're able to do so without any pains or aches in your muscles and your posture. Now, if you're starting off as a beginner, like most of you are, 20 minutes is going to seem like it's a very long time. It's going to seem like it's eternity. So it doesn't have to be 20 minutes. You can start by training yourself to meditate for at least 5 minutes every day, or every other opportunity you get to just close your eyes for 5 minutes. The third step is to sit on your mat or pillow that you've laid down on the floor. And my recommendation would be, for those of you starting out, do not try to do this sitting on a chair or a sofa. Do it on the floor with your back sitting up against a wall, so you maintain a very straight posture. Posture is also very important when you're meditating, because it's all about aligning what I call your chakras, which are your 7 spiritual centers throughout your body. And it's about allowing your kundalini, your spiritual energy within your body, to easily flow up towards your crown chakra, your highest chakra up here, which then connects to the cosmic energy, the cosmic source. So posture is very important. So what you want to do is, because you're starting out as a beginner, you want to sit on the floor, on a mat or a pillow or a cushion that you've placed on the floor, and preferably have your back against a wall. So it helps to keep your back upright and straight. Posture is very critical. So once you've sat on your mat, you're going to cross your legs, similar to how we all sit on the floor when we're eating or when we're just sitting down. Then what you want to do is you want to place your hands on your thighs. Rest your hands on your thighs, and you want both of your palms to be like this. Okay, when you're sitting down, you can sit with your hands open, but what you want to do is you're trying to help circulate the energy throughout your body. So you want to maintain points of connection throughout your body. So you want to keep your hands close like this and have them placed on top of your thighs with your legs crossed in that posture. Now, I mentioned that posture is key in learning how to meditate effectively, because it works by aligning your energy system, what's called your meridian system. And this whole activity is guided by the process of effective breathing through meditation, which is the next step, which is step number 4, learning breath work. I don't think a lot of people understand this, but meditation is essentially breathing. That is what meditation is. You use your breath work to be able to dilate your breathing, to dilate your energy, to dilate your blood flow. Now, I'm no doctor, but I'm speaking from my understanding of how energy works. I'm speaking from my understanding of my own personal experience when I meditate, and what breath work has done for me and to me, and what I've experienced as a result of doing it. So learning breath work is the 4th step. This is what makes meditation work and is key to mastering meditation. You see, you don't instantly learn to be mindful and have zero thoughts by snapping your fingers or by deciding, I'm just not going to have any thoughts. You do so, importantly, by learning breath work, which is all about learning to breathe as efficiently and effectively as possible. And the best way to breathe that your body was designed to do is to learn to breathe from your abdomen, from your stomach. This is contrary to how many adults breathe, which is through their chest. If you look at yourself, for example, or observe other people, you'll see that when they breathe from their chest. They're breathing from their chest, which is not what we want to do when we're learning how to meditate, because the body wasn't designed to breathe that way, okay? And I'll explain why. You see, when you were born, when we were all born, our body knew how to take in oxygen in the most optimal way possible to support optimal bodily function by getting us to breathe through our abdomen. But somehow along our childhood, we learned, for some weird reason that I can't think of, to breathe through our chest, which is the worst way to breathe properly, because you don't allow your body to receive the oxygen it needs to thrive. So in order to learn to meditate properly, we must first master breath work. Now, breath work accomplishes 2 things that I want to talk about in this video. Number 1, it allows you to take in oxygen optimally, which helps regulate your energy system and allows oxygen to reach the brain, enabling you to have a clear mind when you're meditating. And that's one of the key things we want to achieve when learning how to meditate. That is to have a clear mind, no thoughts, to experience what is called mindfulness. The second thing that breathwork accomplishes is that it allows you to keep the conscious mind busy and in the present moment, teaching you to be conscious and aware of what is called the now, of this very present moment, without worrying about the past, about what happened an hour ago, about the problems you have to deal with, or the person you need to confront, or even worrying about the future, what's going to happen tomorrow. All you're doing is remaining present in the moment, because the now, the present, is where all the power is. There is no power in the past. It's gone. Nothing you do now will change it. There is also no power in the future, because everything that's going to manifest in the future rests on the actions you take today. So the only place in time that truly matters is today. The power is in the now. And so this is where your attention needs to be. So all you want to do when it comes to breath work is two things. Number one, you want to learn to breathe through the nose and expand the walls of your abdomen when you're inhaling. So when you inhale through your nose, your abdomen, your stomach walls should be expanding. Okay, do not breathe through your chest. The second thing you want to do is when you're exhaling. When you exhale, you want to breathe out of your mouth, not out of your nose, but out of your mouth. And you want to make sure the walls of your abdomen are contracting as you're breathing out. So I'm going to do this as I walk through this, okay? So you want to breathe in through your nose. Make sure your abdomen is expanding as you're breathing in, and you want to breathe out through your mouth when you exhale, and make sure your abdomen is contracting, okay? And you want to just keep repeating that over the next 3 to 5 minutes. Just breathe in through the nose, let your stomach walls expand. Exhale through your mouth, let your abdominal walls contract. Inhale through the nose, stomach walls expand. Exhale through the mouth, stomach walls contract. And that's all you do. You keep your present mind and your conscious thoughts focused on the act of inhaling. Make sure you feel those stomach walls expanding, and breathing out through your mouth, making sure that your stomach walls are contracting. And that's all you do. That is pretty much meditation. I can give you an hour lecture on meditation, but what we've covered so far is what meditation is all about. It's about learning to master breath work, learning to keep your mind and your consciousness and your attention focused on the present moment. And you use breath work to be able to do that. Okay, you use breath work as an anchor for your mind, because a wandering mind is a mind that is at war with itself. And the whole purpose of learning how to meditate is to achieve peace within, is to achieve serenity, tranquility, pure bliss of mind. And that's what you want to do. So you want to bring all your attention to the present, because a lot of our problems and the struggles that we face in life are traced back to things we're worried about that are from the past, that we can't let go of, and can be traced to things that we're concerned about regarding the future. But you'll never find someone who's unhappy by being present. You will never find someone like that. And so what you want to do is you want to experience the present moment to the fullest, because the present moment is all that matters. I can't take back the last second that I just lost, and I can't determine what's going to happen in the next second. I'm using those arbitrary values, but I hope you get my point here, that the past and the future do not matter at all. What matters at the end of the day is what I do right now, today. And meditation teaches you the ability to be able to do that, to remain in the present moment and tap into the power and potential of the present moment, to begin to create a new future for yourself. And I find meditation to be an incredible tool to help you accomplish that. Now, moving on to step number 5 of the 7-part process of learning how to meditate as a beginner. As you continue to practice breath work, you'll find that your mind has a tendency to wander. The ego is going to want to interfere and distract you, to try to keep your mind occupied about some urgent thing it thinks is important for you to attend to right now. And what you want to do is, you don't want to fight it. Okay? You don't want to struggle with it. Don't wrestle with it. That's what it wants you to do. Because even in frustration and anger towards something, and you're trying to mentally fight the thoughts that are bubbling up in your conscious mind, what you're doing essentially is you're giving energy to it. And that's not what you want to do. Because when you give energy to something, even if you hate it and if you don't want it, you're essentially empowering it to continue to remain present in your mind and to take up all that mental energy and space in your mind. And so this is why people like Mother Teresa never joined a rally against war or a rally against poverty, because to her, she knew that if I focus on what I don't want, I'm only going to attract it even more. But she said, if you have a walk for peace, by all means invite me. I'd be happy to join you. So she was very careful with where her attention and her energy went, because she understood basic spiritual law that wherever attention goes, energy flows. And wherever energy flows, reality is created in the process. So what I'm trying to get at is that your job is not to get hooked into the mundane, insignificant things your conscious mind and ego wants you to latch on and think about. Instead, simply allow it to exist in the expansive space of your mind. And just keep bringing your attention slowly back to the breath work, keeping your mind focused on the inhale through your nose and the expansion of your abdominal walls, and the exhale out of your mouth and the contracting of your abdominal walls. And you just keep returning your mind back to the simple exercise and let your thoughts do their own thing and float around in your mind. Because here's the thing, when you don't pay attention to the constant humming of thoughts coming up to the surface of your conscious mind, what's going to happen is, because they're not getting your attention and they're not getting the energy that they're looking for, you'll find that they'll simply dissipate into thin air. They'll come, but if you don't pay attention to them, they'll leave and go. So what you want to do is you don't want to give attention to the thoughts that are surfacing up in your conscious mind. You want to observe, but keep your conscious mind focused on your breath work. So keep inhaling, focusing on your breath work, on your stomach walls, expanding as you breathe in and contracting as you breathe out. That's all you have to do. Now, step number 6, which is the second last step of our 7-part process to learning how to meditate as a beginner. When you get to a point where your mind is just present and you have no thoughts, you have no inclinations to entertain any idea or concept in your head, you're now ready to experience this magical state of mindfulness. So this is where you slowly move your conscious awareness beyond the breath work to parts of your body, becoming aware of how you're feeling right now, truly using your consciousness to sense and feel your internal energy and how your body is working to keep you functioning fully. Try to feel every detail of your body, from the tingles under the tips of your toes, or the sensation running down your spine, or the clarity in your mind and your thinking as you achieve a state of mindfulness, or even the sound or the beat of your heart, or the expanding and contracting of your stomach walls. Whatever it is, become hyper aware of your body, and your presence of awareness of it is a form of love that you're showing your body. This is how you appreciate your body for keeping you alive and giving you the opportunity to experience this beautiful world that we live in. Now, the final step, step number 7, is that once you're done experiencing your body, which for many of you will be the very first time ever in your life that you've become so conscious, so aware of your own body, you are now ready to slowly open your eyes and simply sit in the state of pure conscious awareness that you've attained. So when you start off, I would recommend that you close your eyes, because again, apart from auditory cues, this is why it's important that you're in an environment that's quiet and that doesn't have too much external noise. You also want to make sure that you're not receiving visual cues by having your eyes open. So when you're starting off, you want to close your eyes to meditate. But as you get experienced, like for me now, for example, if I'm out and about and if I want to meditate, I can be in a room full of people. For example, if I'm sitting in a line waiting, I can be in a room full of people, yet I can sit with my eyes closed. People will think that I'm daydreaming or whatever, or reading a book, but I can fall into a state of mindfulness. But that comes after sufficient training. Then you'll be able to suppress the visual cues, the auditory cues, to the point where you can choose to be completely absent-minded from this world. You can choose to completely detach yourself from the external environment and all the different cues that different things around your environment are sending to your brain. But it comes with practice. So when you're starting off, keep your eyes closed when you meditate. But as you gradually start building the ability to easily get into the state of mindfulness, then you can do it with your eyes wide open. So congratulations, you have successfully learned how to meditate as a beginner and to achieve a state of mindfulness. Doesn't it feel great? I hope this video and session on meditation equipped you with the steps to build meditation and mindfulness into a daily practice and an ability that you can use to thrive in life. Now, if you have trouble making it through the video or couldn't get your mind and body to sit still and listen to your instructions, don't give up and don't be discouraged. It happens to every beginner. I went through it myself, and it's a process that you're going to have to apply yourself to regularly before you can build this ability. So all you have to do now is to find 10 to 15 minutes every day, because I want you to try to make this a daily practice and a habit, and simply repeat the steps that I walked you through in this video. And all you're going to do for the next few weeks is to repeat the instructions and continue to practice until your mind and body gets used to meditating and achieving mindfulness. Because the other thing you're also doing as well is that you're teaching this animal body that you're in. You're teaching it to learn to sit still, to learn to get rid of the urge to always be up and running and doing something and always trying to keep yourself busy. So you're teaching the animal body that I am in control, that my consciousness is in control. And I'm going to tell you to sit for 5, 10, 15 minutes without having the urge to do anything. And that's how you start to introduce more, I would say, control that's beyond the body itself. You're not allowing the body and all of its hormones and chemicals and natural inclinations to run your life. You're essentially introducing a higher level of control into your life. And this has many other ripple effects, like helping you to learn how to effectively manage stress, helping you to keep a balanced life, helping you to be able to look at things with a fresh perspective rather than learning how to have a knee-jerk reaction to everything. So there are many benefits of learning how to meditate and learning to sit the physical animal body down and learning to take control over using the power of your mind. And so I want you to get into the habit of doing that by learning how to integrate meditation and mindfulness into your day-to-day lives. Now, this is important for me to say because I know that a lot of you are going to be experiencing this. It wasn't easy for me in the beginning. It wasn't, trust me. I remember struggling so much with learning to just quiet my mind. But as I mentioned, the less I fought with the thoughts trying to grab my attention and trying to come to the surface of my conscious mind, the more they simply left on their own accord. So don't struggle or fight or get angry. Recognize that your only job in this state when you're meditating is to remain mindful and to bring your attention back to focusing on breath work. That's it. That's all you have to do. And the thoughts will sort of take care of themselves. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, comment, and make sure to share this video with as many people as possible who you think would benefit from learning how to meditate. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so in order to be notified of similar future content on the channel. Thanks for the support as always, folks. Leave your comments below regarding your experience with meditation as you walk through this process. I'd love to hear about it. Until next time, stay awesome. Bye.